In this video, let's take a look at these pictures of this hyena and discuss the lens and camera settings that I used to click these pictures. I clicked these pictures with a DSLR camera and I set my ISO to 400 and my aperture to 6.3. The widest aperture on this 500mm lens is 5.6, but I narrowed it down by 1/3 of a stop just to get that little bit of extra texture in the rocks behind. The difference between 5.6 and 6.3 is not all that much, but if you compare them side by side, you will see that little extra detail and texture in the background with 6.3. The shutter speed turned out to be 1/1000th of a second, which is nice and fast because I was clicking these pictures from a boat in this river and the boat was rocking a little bit, so it was nice to have a fast shutter speed, especially since the hyena was continuously walking. I discuss camera settings for wildlife photography in more detail in my book, Wildlife Photography Explained. Please have a look at the link in the description. The hyena's walk looks like it's just come back from dance class, but forgot the steps. "Are you sure that's how you walk?" I asked. The hyena replied, "I'm just trying to keep it funky." It's got that "I know something you don't" strut, and it's loving it. I clicked these pictures with the Nikon 500mm PF lens, which is a super lightweight, super sharp lens. You have 500mm lenses with their widest aperture at 4, but those are much heavier lenses which are difficult to handhold. And very often in wildlife situations, it becomes very difficult to use a monopod or a tripod. So having a lighter 500mm lens is a complete game changer. I haven't cropped these pictures at all, so these are at the size that they came out of the camera. So you can see that the hyena was relatively close to us. Photographing hyenas can be both tricky and fascinating. These animals are often misunderstood, but if we observe them closely, their intelligence and unique behavior become apparent. Their distinctive gait and facial expressions make excellent close-up pictures, especially in the golden light of dawn and dusk. There's this Chambal Wildlife Sanctuary in India. Chambal is actually the name of a river which is considered to be inauspicious according to Hindu mythology for various reasons. But this is a very, very important space for various endangered species such as Indian skimmers, red-crowned turtles, Ganges, river dolphins, and you see a wide variety of reptiles like the gharials, crocodiles, and plethora of different birds and animals in this area. But seeing a hyena over here is extremely rare. Hyenas live in these rocks on the banks of the river. To actually see them out in daylight is extremely rare. I visited this Chambal Sanctuary many times, at least 7 or 8 times before I saw a hyena. The lesson over here is that there is great merit in visiting the same sites over and over again, even if you've been there before and seen and photographed the common birds and animals over there. You never know what you're going to get when you go out in nature. Now you know more about wildlife photography, which will help you to click more impressive pictures. Keep building on your knowledge by watching this next video where I show you how I took pictures of the scavenging jackal.